Good morning. This week I'm taking my video in the kitchen because my room is a disaster. The reason being is I just got back Monday night from a missions trip and I haven't unpacked and things are just everywhere. But one thing that I really thought about while I was there was in Zacatecas, Mexico, and I had the privilege of ministering 6 nights in a row to some wonderful people. And while we were worshiping the Lord one night, I just had this thought of how amazing it is that I can be in Mexico during a service, say even Sunday morning service, and worshiping God, and then know that at exactly the same time in Minneapolis, they're worshiping God at my church too. And that at the same time in Africa, the same thing's going on. In Australia, in Brazil, all over the world. And I just can't imagine how pleasing it must be to God to be in heaven and look down and see all these people from different cultures, different nations, all over the world just worshiping Him. But not only do we look at God as big, I mean, we see Him as, at least I do, as big and the creator of the universe and the galaxies and the Milky Way and the stars that go on and on. But sometimes it's hard to take the bigness of God and realize it for myself. My friend shared this really cool verse with me last week that I wanted to share with you, and it's out of the Message translation, which I love. It's Psalm 36, verses 5 and 6, and it says this: God's love is meteoric, His loyalty astronomic, His purpose titanic, His verdicts oceanic. Yet in His largeness, nothing gets lost. Not a man, not a mouse slips through the cracks. And in other scriptures we read where God knows every hair on our head. I mean, I don't know about you, but I lose about 20 every time I take a shower. So imagine the God that's so big, the creator of the universe, knows who I am, and He's saying right here that I won't even slip through the cracks. I mean, that is really good news. So what we have to do, and I think I have to do for myself, is challenge myself to see God as not only the big God that He is, but be able to see Him as the God that loves me. And I feel like there's a difference between seeing that He's the God that has the ability to do things. He has the ability to heal the sick. He has the ability to set the captives free. He has the ability to do all these things, create the world. But yet, not only does He have that ability, but He will do it for me. And sometimes I think we see Him as the God that loves everybody else, but it's hard to personalize it that, you know what, He loves everybody else, but He also loves me. And it made me think of, the children's song, Jesus loves me, this I know. And it's so simple, we've heard it all of our lives, but do we really know that Jesus loves me? Something to think about for the week. I want you to know that He does love you, that you haven't slipped through the cracks no matter what's going on in your life. He loves you, He cares about you, and He has got it under control. Have a great week.